Hello, everybody, and welcome to the channel. We got some 1961 New York Yankees baseball. It's September 6th, 1961, and we got the chase for 61. Rogers on 60 home runs. Can he break the Babe's record? He'll be taking on the Washington Senators. Let's take a look at the Senators starting lineup for this game. Leading off for the Senators, playing third base, Danny O'Connell. Batting second, playing left field, Chuck Hinton. Batting third, playing shortstop, Bob Johnson. Batting fourth, playing right field, Gene Green. Batting fifth, playing center field, Willie Tasby. Batting sixth, playing first base, Dale Long. Batting seventh, playing second base, Chuck Coulter. Batting eighth, doing the catching is Pete Daly. Batting ninth and trying to avoid going down in history is Tom Cheney, pitching for the Senators. Let's look at this Yankee starting lineup here on September 6th. Roger going for the record. Leading off for the Yankees, playing second base, Bobby Richardson. Batting second, playing shortstops, Tony Kubek. Batting third, playing right field is the man, Roger Maris. Batting fourth, playing center field is Mickey Mantle. Batting fifth, playing first base is Bill Skowron. Batting sixth, playing left field is Johnny Blanchard. Batting seventh, doing the catching is Elston Howard. Batting eighth, playing third base is Clint Boyer. And on the mound, doing the pitching in this could be a historic game is the chairman of the board, Whitey Ford. Let's get down to Yankee Stadium and see if we're going to witness some history, folks. We got Michael in here. Go Rogers, right, Michael? Hope he does it today. Be awesome. All right, we got Whitey Ford on the mound today, making his 34th start, folks. He's got a 3.03 ERA. He's got 20 wins on the season with 8 losses, 11 complete games. And the first batter he'll be facing is Danny O'Connell, batting .267 with 2 home runs and 29 RBIs. Yeah, that would be. When was the last game Roger had a 3-run? Let's check it out here. Let's check it out. When was the last time Roger had a 3-run homer game is the question. Let's see here. He had 2 home runs on September 2nd. And he had 3 home runs on August 27th, Michael. 3 for 4, 3 home runs, 5 RBIs. A little over a month. Well, not quite a month, rather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games ago. 10 games ago. Yeah, exactly. That was a hell of a game. He single-handedly won that game. Yep. So here we go with Danny O'Connell at the bat. The pitch from Whitey Ford. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Kubek's up with it. He's going to fire over to Moose for out number 1. And this game is underway, folks. 1 down here in the top of the first. That brings up Chuck Hinton. And Chuck's batting .226 on the season. 6 home runs, 26 RBIs. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey's first strikeout of the game. And that brings up Bob Rocky Johnson. And Bob's batting .266, 18 home runs, 20 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. And Mr. Boyer, normally the great fielder, bobbles that one, folks. That's going to be an E5. So they don't go down in order with that error. That'll bring up Gene Green. He's batting .256, 15 home runs, 49 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up in foul territory. Howard near the dugout makes the catch for out number 3, so the error doesn't cost them. Senators nothing. Yankees coming up. We got Richardson Quebec and that Roger Maris character. Let's see if we're going to have history here in the first inning. We got Tommy Cheney on the mound. This is his sixth start of the year. He's got a 4.46 ERA. He's 2-3. And he's got Bobby Richardson up the bat, batting 255, 3 home runs, 53 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Bob Johnson at short. He fires over to first along for out number one. Can Mr. Quebec get on here in front of Roger? Tony's batting 275 on the year, 6 home runs, 52 RBIs. And that's going to be another ground ball down the short. 2 up and 2 down, and here comes Roger. He comes up to the plate with a mixture of cheers and boos. Roger hitting 266 on the year, 60 home runs, 120 RBIs. And here is the question: will Tom Cheney even pitch to him, folks? And yes, he does. No, he doesn't. That's going to be a base on balls. And there's a scattering of boos, folks. That's what I'm afraid of. Roger trots on down the first. That brings up the Mick. Let's see if Mick can make him pay for it, folks. Mick's hitting 310 on the year, 45 home runs of his own, and 133 RBIs. Can Mick make him pay for not pitching to Roger? And that ball is high, that ball is far, that ball is gone, folks. Mickey Mantle drives that ball into the right field upper deck, no doubt about her. And it's 2-0 New York. Roger waiting at the plate, said curveball that didn't curve. Mick shakes his head, keeps on trotting. Now it's 2-0 New York. The Moose is up here now with 2 outs. Scouring batting 272, 37 home runs, 128 RBIs himself here, folks. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Scouring's down at first, and all of a sudden with 2 outs, Cheney can't get that elusive third out. Hey, Al. Yeah, doing great, Al. Hopefully you are too, bud. Hopefully you get off of work here soon. That brings up Johnny Blanchard, batting only 242 on the year, folks. But he does have 20 home runs and 47 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Blanchard. And that's going to be a ground ball down the second. He'll go to short way to third. And that'll end the inning. But Mick puts the Yankees aboard here with a 2-run homer after they walk Roger Maris and don't give him a shot at number 61. We go to the top of the second. We got Tasby, Long, and Carter up. So here comes Willie. He's batting 222 on the year, 12 home runs, 49 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up behind home plate, back near the screen. Howard throws the mask off and makes the catch. Excuse me for a second, guy. My uncle's calling me. All right, sorry about that, folks. My uncle wanted to let me know that a gentleman that we know is not doing well in the hospital. All righty, so that brings up Mr. Dale Long now with one out, batting 241, 14 home runs with 46 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Whitey, and that's going to be a base on balls. Don't want to start doing that if you're a Yankee. Yeah, Mike, he's a real good guy. He dresses up as Santa Claus and he looks like the real deal. He's been white white hair ever since I can remember. And like I say, just an all around good guy. He business he has his body shop, and his boy also is a good body man and paint man. A heck of a good family. Darn shame. But he's in his 80s. He's lived a good life, but still it's a shame. Yeah. And this time of year for somebody like that to be sick. Like I say, a lot of people can remember him sitting on his lap as little kids at Christmas. All right, we got Chuck Coulter up here now. Now that I brought the whole damn place down. He's batting 221, one home run, 17 RBIs. Let's see if Whitey can get a double play ground ball here, folks. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Roger in right field for out number 2. And that'll bring up Pete Daly. And Pete's batting 209 on the season. No home runs, 14 RBIs. And that's going to be a wild pitch by Whitey. That's going to get Dale Long in the scoring position here with 2 outs. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Daly. And that's going to be another wild pitch. Jeez, you, Pete's Whitey. What's he doing out there, folks? Now you got Long down at third and a 2-0 pitch. Here's the 2-0 pitch. And that is going to be ball 4. Daly's going to take his base. So that's 2-1, first and third, and neither one of them's had to hit the ball. And that's going to bring up Tom Cheney here with runners on first and third. Can he help his own calls out here, folks? He's batting 100 on the season. He's 1 for 10. And that's going to be a single in the left field, folks. We don't need no stinking DH. And that's going to drive in a run. And that's the first base hit of the game, but it's still 2-1. And just like that, the walks bite him in the butt, and Cheney comes through. It's first and second, folks. Can't get that third out. And all those wild pitches, too, sure. So here's Danny O'Connell. He grounded out the shortest first time up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey walks off the mound, headed to the dugout. Pissed off at himself, folks. It's 2-1. So we go to the bottom of the second. We got Howard, Boyer, and Ford due up here. Let's see what Mr. Howard's going to do. Howard's having a great year, batting 343. 12 home runs, 59 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Howard. And that's going to be a ground ball down to Danny O'Connell. He's up with it. Fires over to first for out number 1. Brings up Clint Boyer now. And Boyer is batting 226 on the year, 10 home runs, 49 RBIs. And that's going to be popped up. No, it's not. Yeah, it's going to be popped up behind home plate for out number 2. And that brings up Whitey. See if he can take some revenge here against Mr. Cheney. He's batting 156 on the year with 7 RBIs. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Bob Johnson muffs that ball up, folks. So Whitey gets aboard here with 2 outs, and we're back to the top of the order. And Bobby Richardson. Can the Yankees take advantage of this extra out here? Bobby grounded out to Johnson his first time up. And that's going to be a fly ball out to Tasby in center field. That'll end the inning. The Yankees leave 1 on. We go to the top of the third. It's 2-1 New York. Hinton, Johnson, and Green's up for the Senators. Chuck is 0 for 1, struck out his first time up. And that's going to be a pop up out in shallow left field. And Mr. Boyer goes out there and makes the catch for out number 1. Now to bring up Rocky Johnson. He reached on an error his first time up. And he gets a hold of this one off of Whitey, folks. He drives that ball in the right field. That bounces off the wall. He's standing down at second with a 1-out double. Tying run in scoring position here for Gene Green. And he is 0 for 2. He popped up to Howard his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer's only play is going to be the first. Johnson's going to make it down the third. So now we got 2 outs, a runner down at third for Willie Tasby. And Tasby popped up to Howard his first time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Boyer up with it again. Throws over to Scourin. And the Senators leave 1 down at third. We go to the bottom of the third. We got Quebec, Roger, and Mick. Can Tony get on for the M&M boys? He grounded out the short his first time up. And that's going to be another ground ball down the short. So that's 1 out here in the third. And here comes the man again. They walked him his first time up. Well, they pitched to him, folks. Here's the pitch from CHENEY. And he does pitch to him, and that's an easy grounder down the short. Johnson throws over to first, and that is 2 outs. And here comes Mick. Hit his 46th home run. His last time up with Roger on at first. Can he get number 47 here today, folks? And that's going to be a base on balls. CHENEY don't want nothing to do with Mick now. That brings up the Moose. And so many times walking the Mick, the Moose has delivered. He singled his last time up. Here's the pitch to Scourin. And that's going to be a ground ball back to the mound. No, that's going to be a swing and a miss, rather. He's got the Y, and that'll end the inning. Mick gets stranded at first. We go to the top of the fourth. We got Long, Coulter, and Daly due up here. Yankees hanging on to a 1-run lead. Long walked his first time up and came around to score that run. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Gets him this time, folks. That's strikeout number 3 for Whitey. Here comes Chuck now. And he's 0 for 1 today. That's going to be a ground ball down the short. Quebec up with it. Fires over the first. 2 quick outs here in the fourth. Here's Pete Daly now. And that's going to be a pop up down the short. Quebec out in left field. Makes the catch. And that's a 1-2-3 inning. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Blanchard, Howard, and Boyer trying to give the Yankees some insurance runs here. Johnny reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. And that's going to be a single in the center field. Blanchard's aboard with a leadoff hit. He'll stop at first. That brings up Elston Howard here, folks. And he do something with Johnny down at first. He grounded out the third his first time up. And that's going to be a ball 1. Blanchard's not going nowhere. So here's the 1-0 pitch as we drop the dice. And we drop the dice. How many times can a man drop the dice? And that's going to be a infield hit. Elston Howard showing off the speed here, folks. That was a Baltimore chop. And we got first and second now with nobody out. And that'll bring up Mr. Clint Boyer. Can he deliver here, folks? He popped up to the catcher's first time up. And that's going to be a base on balls. CHENEY walks, the bases loaded, folks. Can Whitey Ford deliver here? Nobody out. Bases juice for the chairman of the board. He reached on an error his first time up. He'll take out this time. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. No, that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Strikes Whitey out for out number 1. We're back to the top of the order here in Bobby Richardson. Exactly, Mike. Hey, Big Clue. Big Clue. I like it. Poor MV. Here we go. Can Bobby Richardson deliver here with 1 out and give the Yankees some insurance run? Oh, exactly. 4 dice. Yeah, exactly. And that's going to be a ground ball. They're going to be playing back, trying to get the double play here. And that's going to be hit down to Bob Johnson at short. He's going to throw over to Chuck at second, but there's no way they're going to double up Richardson. So a run will score, and it is 3-1. But now there's 2 outs. Can Quebec get on base here for Roger Maris, folks? Here's the pitch to Tony. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out the short both times. And no, he's not, because that's going to be hit down the short again. And he'll take the short way over to second. And that'll end the inning. The Yankees had the bases loaded, nobody out, and only gets 1 run, folks. Let's see if that bites them in the butt. Plus, they left poor Roger on deck. Now we got Cheney due up back to the top of the order, and O'Connell and hitting. And Tom Cheney with that big RBI single, his first time up to drive in the only run for the Senators. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Whitey gets him this time, folks. Back to the top of the order, and Danny O'Connell. Old Danny Boyce grounded out the short and struck out. And that's going to be a base on balls. Again, Whitey with his 3rd walk of the game brings up Chuck Hinton. Tying run comes to the plate, and Chuck, he's 0 for 2. He struck out and popped up the Boyer. And that's going to be a single in the right field. O'Connell's going to motor on down the 3rd. So we got 1st and 3rd now. With Mr. Johnson up. He's 1 for 2 with the double. And on the 2-0 pitch, Chuck's taking off, folks. Ken Howard throw him out down at second. Here's the throw, and he beats the throw, and he's in there safely. So now we got 2nd and 3rd. It's a 2-1 count on Johnson. 1 out here. They're going to bring the infield in, try to cut the run off. Johnson, like I say, he's 1 for 2. And he gets a hold of this one, folks. And that ball is driven into deep center field. It's out there with Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig. It's rolling around. That's going to clear the bases. And he's headed for 3rd, folks. He thinks he's a brown-eyed, handsome man. Here comes the throw from Mick. And let's see here. Is he going to make it in with us? Triple throw from Mick. Here's the tag from Boyer, and he's out of there. Mick guns him down, but the Senators tie this game up. It's 3 apiece, folks. We got Green up now. He's 0 for 2. He's popped up and grounded out the 3rd. And he gets a hold of this one. He drives this one down the 3rd baseline. He's standing in there with a double, folks, and all of a sudden Whitey can't get an out. Good thing Mick threw him out at third, or that would be the lead here, folks. So now Green down at second with 2 outs. Will Tasby's up. I hear you, Mike. Tasby's 0 for 2, pop up and grounded out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Sorry, that's a line drive down the short. And nice catch by Quebec for out number 3. But the Senators scored 2 on the double. And we got a tie ball game, folks. Roger Maris up the plate. We got Maris, Mano, and Scourin here in the 5th. Can they get the runs back? Wouldn't it be awesome if Roger hits number 61 and gives the Yankees the lead? He's 0 for 1. He's walked and grounded out the short. Here's the pitch to Roger. And he drives that ball into center field. It finds the hole in there. He's in there with a leadoff single. So now we got Mick up, runner down at first, nobody out. Mick is 1 for 1. He's walked and homered, folks. Here's the pitch from Cheney. Can Mick get 2 home runs in one game? And he ain't going to let him have a chance, folks. He walks Mick. And all of a sudden, the Yankees are making noise here in the bottom of the 5th. First and second, nobody out for the Moose. He's 1 for 2. He singled and struck out. And that's not what the Yankees are looking for. That's a ground ball down the short. That's a tailor-made ground ball. Over the second, over the long. 2 outs. Maris is down at third, though. Can Johnny Blanchard come up with a big 2-out base hit here? Give the Yankees the lead. He's 1 for 2 today. Singled his last time up and came around to score. And that's going to be an easy ground ball down the second. Chuck throws it over to first. And the Yankees come away empty, folks. Leave 1 on. We go to the top of the 6th. It's still tied up 3 apiece. I hear you, Big Clue. Yeah. Long. Coulter and Daly due up here against Whitey. Dale's 0 for 1, walked and struck out. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Quebec fires over to first. That'll be out number 1 here in the 6th. That brings up Chucky Boy Coulter. And he is 0 for 2, flew out and grounded out. And he gets a hold of this one off of Whitey. And that's going to be a drive in the right field. That splits the gap, rolls to the wall. Roger throws it in. And the Senators got the go-ahead run down at second with 1 out. And now we got Pete Daly up. He's 0 for 1. He's walked, popped up the short. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. He doesn't look the runner back. The runner's going to go down the third, folks, with 2 outs here. So the go-ahead run 90 feet away. Tom Cheney's up here. He's pitching a pretty darn good game after that first inning. They're going to let him hit. He's 1 for 2. Singled and struck out. And that's going to be a fly ball in the left field. Johnny Blanchard robs Cheney of a base hit. Nice play by Blanchard in the gap. And saves a run. Whitey for the tip of the cap to Johnny Blanchard. And this game is still tied up, folks. Nice play. We got Howard, Borger, and Ford due up. Howard's 1 for 2, singled his last time up. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Green's out there today, makes the catch for out number 1. Here comes Mr. Clint Boyer. And Boyer's 0 for 1, walked his last time up. And that's going to be another base on balls. So Boyer's down at first again. And Whitey's going to try to bunt him into scoring position for the top of the order here. Here's the pitch to Whitey. And that's not a very good bunt, right in front of home plate. And that's going to be sent down the second with Johnson covering. And then over to Long for a 2-6-3 double play, folks. And that ends the inning. Whitey doesn't get the job done. We go to the top of the seventh. We're knotted up at 3 apiece. You got the top of the order due up here against Whitey. O'Connell hitting in Johnson. Danny's 0 for 2 with a walk and came around the score when he walked the last time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the Boyer. Out number 1. And that'll bring up Mr. Chuck Hinton. And Chuck is 1 for 3 with a stolen base. And he came around the score. And that's going to be a base on balls. And that is the 4th walk by Mr. Ford. Brings up Rocky Johnson. Can they get a double play and get out of this 7th inning, folks? He's 2 for 3 with 2 doubles and reached on an error his other time up. And that's going to be a ground ball down the short. Can they turn 2? Quebec over to Richardson. Fires over to Scouring. But Johnson makes it in there. They get the lead runner. There's 2 outs now for Green up. Green's 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up. And he blasts one, folks. That ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Blanchard watches that one leave the park. And it is 5-3 Senators. And Whitey has just given up the lead here, folks. Sure. It is 5-3. 2 outs. Will Tasby's up. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. But not until the Senators scored 2 on the Green home run. We make it to the 7th inning stretch. We got the top of the order due up here against Cheney, Richardson, Quebec, and Maris. Can they get on and give Roger a chance to do some damage, folks? Here's Bobby. He's 0 for 3. He does have an RBI on the game now. And that's going to be a base on balls. Cheney walks Bobby Richardson. So Bobby's down at first now. Can Quebec at the very least get him in scoring position here? He's 0 for 3. He's grounded out the short twice and reached on a fielder's choice. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. Quebec's out of there. Here comes Roger with a chance to hit 61 and tie this game up, folks. He's 1 for 2. He's walked, grounded out the short, got a base hit his last time up. And that's not what he was looking for. That's a high drive in the right field, but Green's got room out there for out number 2. So it's up to the Mick here to get something going. 2 outs and Bobby down at first with that leadoff walk. Can Mick go and get his number 47 on the year? He's 1 for 1. He's walked twice. And that ball is high. That ball is far. That ball is going. Mickey Mantle's trying to carry these Yankees on his back today, folks. That's up there near the facade. What a monster home run. That is number 47. RBI's 136 and 137. And we got a tie ball game, folks. Cheney just looked and admired that one. That was a shot. Sure, Mick with 2 home runs on this game, taking the thunder away from Roger. Here is the Moose. He's 1 for 3. Singled, struck out, and grounded into a double play. And that ball is driven into right field. Green gets over there quickly, cuts it off, holds Scouring to a single. He was thinking 2 all the way on that. Nice play by Green. That brings up Blanchard now. Let's see what Johnny can do. He's 1 for 3. Came around to score once. Can he drive in the moose? Give the Yankees the lead here. And no, that's going to be a ground ball down the third. He'll go the long way over to first. That'll end the inning, but Mick ties this ball game up with his second home run, folks. We go to the top of the eighth. It's 5 apiece. You'll have Long, Coulter, and Daly due up here against Whitey. Daly's 0 for 2 with a walk, came around the score. And that's going to be a base hit. And that ball is hit in the right field. Roger gets over, cuts that one off. And that'll be a leadoff single. The lead runner is aboard, folks. Chuck Coulter's up now. And Chuck is 1 for 3 with a double. And that's going to be a pop-up on the infield. And Mr. Quebec calls for it near the mound, makes the catch for out number 1. Now we got Pete Daly up. Whitey would love to have a ground ball here. Not much speed, Long, slow, Pete slow. Can he get the double play ground ball? And that's going to be a ground ball down the first. Only play for Scouring, though, is to toss that over to Whitey covering. Long gets down the second with 2 outs. We'll have a pitch hitter here for Cheney. Cheney does a nice job, makes it through 7 innings. Let's see who's going to come out here and pitch hit. Most of the righties are already in the game. Looks like it's going to be Harry Bright's going to come out here and pitch it with Long down at second. There's Harry. So Bright's hitting 201 on the year, folks. 3 home runs, 22 RBIs. Can Whitey get out of this mess and give the Yankees a chance to get the lead here in the 8th inning? And that's going to be a ground ball down the third. Easy play for Boyer. And that'll do it here in the 8th. The Senators leave 1 on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 5-5, folks. See who the Senators are going to bring out here. The pitch. You got a bunch of righties due up. Howard, Boyer, and then pitch hitter for Whitey. And Dave Sisler's going to come out and pitch the 8th inning here. In the bottom part of this lineup, do some damage, folks. Like I say, Howard, Boyer, then a pitch hitter for Whitey. Elston's 1 for 3 today. And that's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 out here in the 8th. And that'll bring up Mr. Boyer. Clint is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice today, folks. And not this time. That's a ground ball back to the mound. And Sisler's up with it. Fires over to Long for out number 2. Now he's going to come out here and pitch hit for Whitey. I don't think you bring Yogi off the bench yet. I think you're going to go with old Tresh, switch hitter. Let him come out here and try to get something going with 2 outs. So Tom Tresh, he's only had 1 at bat for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. Can he get something started here in the bottom of the 8th, folks, with 2 out? And yes, he does. He hits that ball in the right field. He turns on it, folks. Green hustles over into the gap, gets to it, holds Tresh to a single. So we got the lead runner. Go ahead run on at first for Bobby Richardson. Bobby's 0 for 3. He's walked, driven in a run, and came around the score. Can Richardson do something? Trish has got some speed down there at first. And that's going to be a wild pitch, folks. And Sisler has just put the go-ahead run in scoring position. Now a base hit's going to score Trish. And Bobby do it. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that's going to be a fly ball in the right field. Green goes back, makes the catch, and that'll end the 8th inning. And the Yankees leave 1 on. We go to the top of the 9th. It's tied up 5 apiece. We got some righties due up here in the top of the 9th. See who the Yankees are going to come out here and pitch. Excuse me. Al Ruffin's going to come out of the pen here and try to face these righties, keep this game tied up, give the Yankees a chance to win this in the bottom of the 9th. That's cool. Big clue. Did not know that. So he'll be facing the top of the order here. O'Connell, Hinton, and Johnson. Can Hal keep this a tie ball game? Danny's 0 for 3. He's walked and came around the score. And that's going to be a base hit in the left field. Not what the Yankees wanted to see. Leadoff runner aboard. Just like that. And that'll bring up Chuck Hinton. And here's the first pitch to Chuck. And O'Connell's taking off for second. Here's the throw from Howard. It's called strike 1. But Danny's in there with a stolen base, folks. So now the go-ahead runs in scoring position. Here's a 1-0-1 pitch to Chuck. And now, oh man, that's a base hit in the left field. O'Connell's going to stop at third. No, he's not going to stop at third. He runs through the sign, folks. He runs through the sign. Here's the throw from Johnny Blanchard. And a tag by Elston Howard. And he's out of there, folks. I don't know what O'Connell was thinking. Chuck Hinton's down at first now with 1 out. What a big play by Blanchard. That was a fool's play there. And off goes Chuck Hinton. They're just running at will against Howard. He takes off. Howard throws down the second. Hinton's in there with a stolen base, folks. And again, the lead run is a scoring position now with 1 out. Here's the 0-1 pitch to Johnson. And that's going to be a single over second, and that's going to score Hinton, and they take a 6-5 lead, folks. Mick had no chance of throwing Chuck out on that one. Hal Ruffin is not the answer in this game, that's for sure. So now we got Gene Green up. He's 2 for 4 with a double and a home run and 2 RBIs. Can they get a ground ball and get out of this with only 1 run scoring? No, they can't, because that's blasted in the left field. He's going to be running for a while, folks. He's rounding second. He's in there with a triple, and all of a sudden it's a 7-5 ball game. How Ruffin getting beat up here in the 9th inning. Yankees got to bring the infield in. Will Tasby's 0 for 4. And that's going to be a base on balls. Sure, the only out was a nice throw by Blanchard to get the runner at home. So we got first and third. The Yankees got to keep the infield in. Here's Dale Long. He's 1 for 3. So this probably is not going to let me do this. It was a bad throw that ends up in right field. Then they throw the runner out. They throw the runner out at third, and I don't think it's going to let me do this, but we're going to try. So the run will score. Run will score. So it's an E4. Then we're going to have an R1 X2. And the batter goes to second on the throw to third. Let's see if this works. I didn't think it was going to let me do it. Batter cannot take second because first base. Let's try this again. It's an E4. Runner on first. It's going to go 2 bases. Says the same thing. Well, let's see here. R, do an E4, R. See if this will do it. But they didn't get the out that way. That's what I figured. All right. I'm not going to fool around with this. Not going to fool around with it. You had a ground ball down the second. He throws the ball away. Then they throw the runner on first out at third is what happened, Mike. And that's the only problem I have with digital diamond is when you have an error and you have a base runner getting thrown out trying to take an extra base on the error, I haven't been able to figure out how to do it. So we're going to do an E6. That'll score the runner. And then we're going to pick him off at second. I can try it, Mike. Let me give it a try here. So Mike's saying to do Okay. Like saying doing E4. No, the right fielder threw him out. It was the right fielder. It says on the chart here, it was an E4 assist by the right fielder, a put out by the third baseman. An F9? Okay, so he's saying duo. We'll do an E4. E4. Throw in air. R1 X2. And he's saying do an F9. See, he doesn't take third and get thrown out. I don't know why it won't let him get thrown out at third. I don't get it. Don't get it. So I'm going to pick him off at second. And I'll go back in and I'll just adjust everything. Go to the box score and adjust it. So go to the box score. And we'll take off the, if it gives him a stolen, caught stealing. Let's see here. That was Tasby. If he got a caught stealing, we'll take that away. No, it doesn't give him a caught stealing. Okay. So cancel that. So we'll go to Ruffin. He won't get an assist here. First, we need to get to fielding, not pitching. So Ruffin won't get an assist with the pickoff. And let's see. It should have been, I would think it would be Bobby getting a put out. So we'll take a put out away from Bobby. Sorry about this, folks. It's the only problem I have with this game. Not that it really matters. I should just go with it and leave it as a pickoff, but so we're going to take away the put out by Bobby. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, it's the only problem I have with the game, Mike, is with errors and base runners getting thrown out trying to take an extra base. So then we'll go back. We'll give Roger an assist and Boyer a put out. So Boyer put out, be his third put out. And then we'll go back and give Roger an assist. Like I say, deep down, I don't really care, but I just like trying to get it right, especially with the command. All righty, here we go. Now it's an 8-5 ball game. You got Long down at first, 2 outs for Chuck Coulter, and the Senators have been busted this game open here, folks. And the Yankees defense is saving Hal Ruffin because he is not doing nothing right. Here's Chuck. He's 1 for 4 with a double. And that's going to get him out of the setting. That's going to be a high pop up down the short. That'll end the inning. But the Senators score 3 and take an 8-5 lead, folks, as we go to the bottom of the 9th. We got Quebec, Maris, and Mantle going up against Thisler here. Do the Senators bring in a lefty to face Quebec, Maris, and turn Mick around? That is the question. Let's see here. Let's see who all they got out there in that bullpen. I think they do. I think they bring in the lefty. Do they even have a lefty? That is the question. The only lefty they got's Claude Austin in the bullpen. And he's tired. When was the last time he pitched? He pitched the 9 batters. He's pitched 2 days in a row. So, nope, it's going to be up to Sisler. It is his game to win or lose, folks. Oh, sure, Mike. Not a problem, bud. We can do that. Yep. So here we go. We got Tony Quebec up, followed by Maris and Mantle. Tony's 0 for 4. Can he get on base here and give the Yankees a breath of fresh air and some life? Here's the pitch to Tony, and that is going to be a base hit in the center field. Tony Quebec gets aboard here, folks. Yankees ain't giving up without a fight. Here comes the M&M boys. You got Quebec down at first. Rogers 1 for 3. Can he get number 61 and make this a 1-run ball game, folks? Here's the pitch to Roger. And that's going to be a deep fly ball out to right field. Green near the track makes the catch for out number 1. Roger has been denied. Can the Yankees come back, tie this game up, and give him another shot, folks? Here's Mick. Mick is 2 for 2 today. He's walked twice, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Can he hit number 3, folks? That is the question now. And no, that's going to be a comebacker back to the mound. He's going to go over the first, and that'll be out number 2. Yankees are down to their last out. Quebec down at second, scouring up the bat. Can he keep this inning going, folks? Moose is 2 for 4. Here's the pitch to Scouron. And they walking, folks. Moose trots on down the first. The tying run is now at the plate, and Johnny Blanchard. Can Johnny be the hero here, folks? He's 1 for 1. He's reached on a fielder's choice single. Came around the score, grounded out the second and the third. The pitch to Blanchard. One swing and a bat, and this game is tied. And no, it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3. The Senators win this game 8-5, folks. Roger has been denied of number 61 for the day. Yeah, exactly. A big swing and a miss, Big Clue. Yep. Blanchard was swinging for the fences, that's for sure. There's the next game. That's right, Mike. There is the next game. He's got 22 more games to get it. Let's take a look at this box score. Whitey denied his 21st win of the year. The Senators, 8 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Yankees, 5 runs on 9 hits and 2 errors. Look at the top of that order, folks. 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 for 18. Sure. Green with a home run. Did Green get a cycle? No, he did not get the single. How about that? Green with a double, triple, and a home run. Missed the cycle. Yeah, they're in first by like 11 games, Mike. I think they clinched the pennant. Mathematically they haven't, but I don't see how the Tigers can come back against them. And I think the Orioles are like 13 games back. The Senators 5 for 12, folks. Like I say, what a game by Green. A double, triple, and a home run. 3 RBIs on the game. Yo. They left 8 men on base, and the man of the game for the Yankees was Mickey Mantle. 2 for 3, 4 RBIs, 2 home runs. But it wasn't enough, folks. wasn't enough as the Yankees were 0 for 7 with runners in scoring position. Ain't that ridiculous? Left 10 men on base. CHENEY gets a no decision, pitches 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, walked 6, struck out 3, gave up 2 home runs. Sisler comes in, shuts the door, picks up his 3rd win. He goes to 3-4. Pitched 2 innings, 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 2. Whitey pitches 8 innings, not his best performance, gets a no decision. 8 hits, 5 runs, walked 4, and struck out 5 and gave up 1 home run. Hal Ruffin came in and looked rough. Picks up his 3rd loss. He drops to 5-3. 1 inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, only 2 of them earned. Walked 1, and that was your ball game in that 9th inning, folks. Let's do some fast play here in the American League. You got the Indians taking on the Red Sox. See what happens down here in Boston. And the Red Sox blast those Indians. They scalped them in Beantown. Indians, no runs on 3 hits and 2 errors. The Red Sox, 6 hits, 6 runs, 9 hits, and no errors. And then we got a double hitter. The last 2 games here in the American League is the White Sox taking on the Twins. See what happens up here in Minnesota. Game number 1. And the White Sox, 7 runs on 12 hits and an error. The Twins, 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. Can the Twins bounce back here, folks, and split this doubleheader? And the White Sox sweep the doubleheader, beat up on the Twins in the 2nd game. 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error. Don Larson, Mr. Perfect, almost did it again, folks. 1 run on 2 hits and an error. Let's take a look at that box score. See when he gave up the run and the hits. Gave up that run in the 7th inning. How about the hits? Let's look at the box score here. Gave up 2 hits in the 3rd. Let's see here. Gave up a hit in the 1st inning. How about that? And the 2nd hit was a double in the 7th. Don Larson, nice job, Mr. Perfect. Let's take a look here at the standings and the leaderboard. Yankees are now 11 games up on the Tigers after that loss. And the Orioles are 12.5 games back. Let's see if the White Sox are eliminated yet. Let's see here. No, the White Sox are mathematically still in it too. The magic number is 4 for the White Sox. Is the Twins officially eliminated? No, the Twins' magic number is 3. So the Twins and White Sox are still mathematically in it. So the White Sox are 17.5 games back. The Twins are 20.5 games back. Everybody else has been officially eliminated from the pennant. Angels 31.5 games back. Red Sox 35.5 games back. Indians 40 games back. Senators with that win goes to 48.5 games back. And the poor A's are 53 games back. You got Elston Howard leading the American League with a 342 average. Roger still with those 60 home runs. Mick with 137 RBIs with that 4 RBI game, leading the league with RBIs. Bill Stafford with that 2.08 ERA. And Whitey still tied with Stafford and Bunning because he couldn't pick up his 21st win, folks. Luis with 35 saves on the year. Roger Maris leading the MVP voting over Mick. Bill Stafford leading over Whitey Ford and Jim Bunning in the Cy Young. And that's your ball game, folks. I want to thank Michael for stopping in. Check out his channel. He says he's going to be trying to do some live games. Big Clue was in the house. I want to thank him for stopping in. Until next time, folks, let's see what the next game's going to be. It's going to be the Phillies and the Braves. Let's see who's pitching in that game. And it's going to be Buzz Hart against Warren Spahn in the next game on the channel, folks. Until then, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. And on your way out of Yankee Stadium, hit that bell, like, and leave a comment, folks. Until next time, you have a great evening and take care. Give me a few seconds, Michael, and I'll go over to Discord and I'll give you a call on Discord. Until then, you all have a great one.